Hi, Harley. Go ahead and paste this out. So we get a nice little section here that we can use for the inlay. And I am just going to grab a pre-made inlay. There are some tutorials on the inlays if you do not know how to make inlays. Not too difficult. But we'll grab this inlay design here. Go ahead and rotate that to the floor. Paste that in. As you see, that pushed that down in there, but it didn't push it underneath. Basically, the reason that it does that is because the face of the offset is actually still underneath the inlay, so it doesn't distort the bottom at all, but it's going to push down the top. It's very easy to fix, actually. Take your putty. Go ahead and zoom out a little so you can see. And just take your putty and fill that pushed in area with some putty. Then you select your material you want to paint. You can alt click that as an easy way to select that. And just go ahead and paint in your putty. And there you go. Inlay in an offset voxel floor. As you can see, it's got that little line there, and the reason that it does that is because of the roaming vectors. Not really a way to fix that as of yet. It's not really noticeable unless you really look for it, because I actually have those on my floor up here as well. See, there's one right there, and there's one right there and right there. But unless you're actually looking for them, which most people aren't going to take the time to stop and really look to try to find something like that, it's not very noticeable to where it makes that big of a difference. And another thing with offset voxels and putty, go ahead and grab that offset voxel and paste that out. Say you have an offset voxel as a wall beam, say the top or the bottom. Like for instance, this would be the bottom trim of a floor. If you go to add a voxel on top of it, it'll stretch it 3 high. But if you have some detailed stuff on top that you don't want to mess up, you can paste the putty voxel in there, and it will also stretch it back up to 3 high but then will actually form to something that's on top of it, so that you don't deform any kind of detail or anything like that, which is what I did on my windows here. These are actually offset voxels on the bottom row here, and I pasted the putty in to where it actually formed right up underneath the windows and didn't pull on the voxels from my windows, so I didn't get any type of distortion from those. So nice little nifty trick there. As I said, they are kind of tricky to work with. Sometimes you gotta play around with them and figure out different ways to use them. I ran into a situation with these boards here. All these are offset voxels here to keep the lattice from distorting. So what I ended up having to do was put a row of trim. This row here is actually offset from underneath, and what that did was make it able for me to go ahead and place these boards without the row here getting distorted and pulling out. It's also a good way to make nice little sections like this, little connecting sections, and all that is putty in between this voxel, which is a normal voxel, and then this offset voxel here. So got a lot of different uses. Definitely something worth playing around with to see what you can do with it, and different things you can come up with as far as using voxels to offset voxels to make different shapes. So once again, just kind of show you, that is the slope corner inside that you use to make that, and just make you a little voxel reactor with all of them facing inside. And then paste that putty voxel, one voxel off of the floor. Copy that. Get your green arrow, flip that, move it one up, stretch it to 3. Copy that, paste it out, move it one up. Bottom voxel's offset. So, pretty simple, easy way to make offset voxels. So, if you have any questions, feel free to send me a message on Twitch or send me a message on Twitter, and I will be happy to help.